Well, guys, even I can get fooled from time to time. Now, I'm not a huge guy into the medical stuff, and I've been kind of getting into it a little bit more as far as building up my med kits and trauma kits and all that. So I decided to try out one of these cat tourniquets. And so, of course, I did a little research, watched a bunch of the Skinny Medic videos, and got some pointers on fakes and all that, and decided to finally go and get one. And so, of course, I ordered it and got fooled right off the bat. Because this thing was covered in the instructions that made it look genuine, and got it, opened it, and took all but about 30 seconds to realize it was a fake, and how clever, the person was by wrapping it in the instructions like that so you couldn't see the things that would make it easily a fake. Now, right off the bat, I noticed there was no red tip on it, so I said, okay, maybe it's just one of the older generation ones. And no big deal there. So I popped it open. I really wasn't thinking fake because the seller actually had really good feedback and all that. So I kind of was a little surprised. So I popped this thing open, and one of the first things I noticed is just the stitching on it was very low quality, very loose stitching. Just nothing I would expect from such a good product. So I go to slap this thing on just to give it a quick test run, and the windlass just will not, the slack won't go away in that. No matter how hard you pull, how much you pull, it won't go away. And so I was kind of like, huh? So it took about 5-6 spins to even get this thing to start to tighten down, and it was kind of ridiculous. Then I kind of was like, wait a minute, I got faked out here. So of course I flipped this thing over and look, and I see this, which is this kind of website for cat tourniquets, and when you actually go to it, it's just this knockoff tourniquet, pretty much of the North American Rescue. So I'm like, great. So I looked this thing over. Aside from it just being kind of poorly made and all that, the kind of loose stitching and all the slack in the windlass, I was kind of like, wait a minute, but this thing had the real instructions. So I kind of looked at this. I'm like, how sneaky is that? Someone actually went, printed up the North American Rescue instructions, you can see from the page 1 down there, and put it in with this to give you the implication that this was a real North American Rescue tourniquet. So guess what, guys? These are everywhere. People are very clever and will do pretty much anything to sell them. And just from playing with this, even for a matter of a couple of minutes, I could tell right off the bat this thing was not up to the task. You could not take the slack out of that windlass, and just the quality of the build and all that. This is not something I would ever want a family member to buy or purchase. So I'm kind of putting this out there that yes, the market is completely full of these fakes, and not only is it full of them, but people are getting much better because they're paying attention to the videos we're doing and all that, and looking for new ways to trick people. And in this case, like I said, they use the instructions as a way, these printed instructions as a way to hide the fact that this was a fake. And I paid, actually full price for this. I paid like $30. So I'm a little surprised. I'm going to get my money back. Trust me on that. I will get my money back. But I did want to point out that people are selling these at full price, but with just little details to trick you into doing it. And a lot of these people have been selling a lot of these and have really good feedback. So you kind of get fooled into and get a false sense of security thinking that you can buy these and count on them when they are 100% fake. I mean, this one here is not even an attempt to hide it. I mean, it's called a cat, but it doesn't have the time, it doesn't have the red tip, and, that website pretty much is just a website that sells counterfeit tourniquets. So they're all over, guys, and even me, Bushcraft 412, can get tricked.